So the internet is that medium where you have to constantly do something to feel
Yeah.
relevant. And this is
Mhm.
the reason why you may say that some people are acting cringe. Some people, why they are acting cringe, it's because of their insecurities. So it's not because they are so
Mhm.
excited in their life or enthusiastic in their life, but there is an insecurity that they might wipe off from this internet anytime. So that makes it a very different medium as compared to cinema or TV. And I also talk about many influencers who try to
Yes.
then, move from internet to films, and most of them don't succeed in this medium. And I said the reason because in earlier time also there was many migration from TV to, let's say, films. But then
Yeah.
TV actors are mostly trained actor. They know how to face camera, they know how to handle that attention or capture the attention of the audience for longer than 60 seconds. But internet, there is no such training as such more than
Mm.
60 seconds or more than 70 seconds. So that transition is not as smooth as people think that हाँ ये internet पे अच्छा करता है तो ये फिल्मों में भी अच्छा करेगा. No, because
Mm.
that's they are completely different medium. TV and cinema has a lot of similarity. Internet, social media, reel has very less similarity with the cinema or TV. So that migration also becomes very difficult. And third thing which you said about that the caching of the nostalgia. So there are many people who were once relevant, they come back in the recent time, they are coming back, and their managers or their content managers are telling them to how to capture the attention of the Gen Z. So I say that everybody now want to land their helicopters on the subconscious of Gen Z, because they have the internet is more about Gen Z more than millennial or boomers. So
Yeah.
everybody want to feed to, so they will use these lingos, these words, although they are themselves maybe more 50 plus 60 plus, but they will behave like they are Gen Z. They are still
Yeah.
talking to them and everything. So that phenomena we have seen recently. So there are many people who came back, and I name some of them in the book.
Yes.
So they now try to capture that fame that is not there anymore through these medium. So yeah, that's also an interesting phenomena.
Yeah, but there's such desperation. I mean, like your book brings that out. Of course, one knows it vaguely, but you kind of focus on, and it brings out the desperation. Like, were we always like this, or has this easy access because we have the internet in our hands? It's driven us kind of nuts in a way, right?
Yeah,
You know?
because I think the idea of the validation is that it is never sufficient. Like
Yeah,
कितना
it's
भी
never enough.
validation मिल जाए, हाँ, it's never
Uh,
enough. So and there is also some kind of a strange hangover of the validation too. For example, for 2 3 days, if some of, let's say, किसी ने एक अच्छा कुछ film बना दिया, something they have done, but it just
mhm.
then lasts just for one month, or let's say 30 days, 40 days, 50 days maximum.
Yeah.
Then what happens? Similarly, your video go viral, 3 days people are talking about. How
Yeah.
about fourth day, like the void of the fourth day? So you don't know what to do, how to get that attention back, because you want more. You want validation every day that whatever you're doing is right, whatever, you as a personality are very interesting person and everything. So that is the paradox of the validation, that it is not enough.
Never
And
enough.
never enough for anybody, not just
Yeah.
for social media creator, I would say,
Yes.
for
Yeah.
anybody, for
That's true.
any celebrity, anybody. So this is the reason, there is every day there is some kind of a struggle to get that validation back, or at least get their sufficient diet of the validation every day. So that so so at least the diet is maintained, even if it is not more. So at least a basic diet is maintained, so everybody is going towards that. In fact, there was a very interesting incident. There was I think Amitabh Bachchan, I had during COVID time, there was somebody who wrote a nasty comment on some very random guy, some wrote some nasty comment, कि something like मर जा, ऐसे कुछ something like that. So Amitabh then responded him. कि ठोक डालो इसको ऐसे something like that. He also wrote something very nasty. So I thought somebody like Amitabh Bachchan who got all the attention, all
Yeah,
the validation
yeah,
that any human being can think of, even at this age, that one bad comment has triggered him. Even at
yes,
this
yeah.
age when he got everything, he doesn't need any validation from anybody, any certification from anybody. But that one bad comment still hurts. So that is the story of, I think lot many, most of the people. Like
But
it's never
he's
enough.
still working. He's so old and he's still
Yeah, yeah,
working.
still
You
working.
know, why is he still working? That is the
I
question,
don't know.
right?
I think some people are prisoners of routine as well. Like
Yeah.
if you remove the routine from the life, for example, there is a very famous influencer. So he still works with news channel. So I
Mm.
asked him once, why do you go to work, man? Like you can get so many brand deals and everything. You don't need to work. But he
Yeah.
said, यार भाई सुबह से जो है ना 9 to 5 का मुझे अगर अगर वो स्ट्रक्चर खत्म हो गया मेरी लाइफ से आई थिंक आई विल लूज लॉट ऑफ थिंग इन माई लाइफ आई वॉन्ट दैट स्ट्रक्चर आई डोंट वॉन्ट टू बी अवे फ्रॉम अ structure. So some
Yeah.
people just work to follow a certain structure of every
That's
day, and
true.
it keeps them in some kind of a discipline. So maybe
Yeah.
I
Comfort.
don't know,
You know, the comfort of
comfort,
that structure.
comfort of the routine. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is the reason I think people work mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, although I never worked in my life, so
Arey,
I,
come on.
I don't know.
Work has not gone to an office
Nah,
and
never been to
sat
office.
down like
Maybe
that. Yeah.
once, like during call center days, I went, but that was long back. I think 16
Yeah.
years back. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned that also. Now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
even the cringe content thing chapter was
yeah.
great. And that guy, Puneet
Pune
Superstar,
superstar. Hmm.
let's talk about him. He's such a character, man. You know?
Yeah, that was long back. Maybe during the pandemic, I was watching this guy, and I've mentioned a particular video that he's just driving, some like sitting behind a bike, under some Gurgaon flyover, and he's just screaming, doing nothing, just screaming. And the scream normally ends in 6 seconds, 7 seconds, but that scream was for, like, let's say around 1 minute or longer than that.
God.
So that
Yeah.
made that video very unusual, even from that art film perspective, that a short duration should be 7 7 seconds, but that short extended to 30 30 30 seconds. So that's like a deluge ka time image. So I was very surprised, like what is happening. And then I wrote some comment on YouTube that it's like Edward Munch scream in Gurgaon.
Uh,
And something was very weird. So I got hooked to his content back then. So then I started following, and then I realized he's a connoisseur of nothingness. He does nothing basically in
uh,
his video. There's nothing is happening, and at that time he had around 1,000 followers, something maybe less than that.
mm,
So I started talking to him, and I said that I want to invite you to my podcast.
mm.
And initially he had no idea at that time what is podcast, so I had to
Yeah, yeah.
convince him.
Uh,
So we scheduled the podcast for I mean, we scheduled the podcast, but then I was waiting for him. He didn't come. He said मैं कुछ सब्जी लाने चला गया था, मुझे याद नहीं. तो फिर then I struggled to uh, make him understand that you have to be there. It's a podcast, serious podcast, and everything. The second time he came to the podcast, and he said that I want to. I mean, he's told his life story, like how he was a big star on TikTok, but then TikTok banned, and then he's in this medium. But it's gentrification is of
yeah,
a different
yeah.
kind of people. I don't know if I'll succeed or not.
Mm.
Then he also had a hope that मैं इस medium का चक्का जाम करूंगा, and he had some kind of this medium as a city जहाँ चक्का जाम हो सकता है, ये अपनी गाड़ियाँ लेके आएगा. That's some kind of a
Mm.
absurd way of thinking, which I really liked, because I thought there's some kind of a dreamer in him, and he's trying to make it. And I also mentioned there was something emotional about that part as well in the initial days.
Mm. Mm.
And I had no idea how he will succeed. Even during the podcast also, he most of the time chewing his own microphone, so the sound quality is very bad at that time.
God.
So, but something happened after, let's say, 1 year or 2 years, he became an internet phenomena and
Mm,
became extremely viral on internet. And obviously, Big Boss also called him. And when
mm,
Big Boss threw him out of the house, then his fans got so angry that they downgraded the rating of Geo Cinema. It initially it was more than 4, then it became around 2.3 or something. So I
mm,
found it very interesting how a man who's living in Dilshad Garden of Delhi can
mm.
send tremors to the to the Ambani house in Mumbai, and that can only happen through internet because
Yeah.
there is no structure, there is no method to get popular, and this is also a new thing. Nobody knows what is going to work. Nobody
Yes.
can tell you like if you make this content then you'll become successful, you become aware. There's no rules as such.
Yeah.
So that unstructuredness of it I really like, and that was something like that was when I also got interested in many other cringe people whom people call cringe
Yeah.
creators.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are many people who are living near my house in Noida as well. So I met them, interviewed them, and spent time with them. So I try to understand and give a very different point of view from, let's say, regular just laughing on them point of view.
Yes.
I try to humanize them and understand their struggle, what they are trying to do in life, how they are seeing internet as a mode of escape, and also mode to sustain their life. And there is a human story in that. I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
human story in that, so I try
Yeah.
to pick on that human story rather than just making fun of them.